Morning. Bev Hetherington here. Om Shanti. Namaste. Thanks for joining me. So, I've had a couple of weeks off, which was rather lovely, but good to be back. I'm teaching in studios as well, which is always a delight. Still a couple of bits and bobs online, and I'm going to keep up with the One Posture Wednesdays as well. So there's plenty of videos on there. You can access them by my website, www.nutri, that's N-U-T-R-I, the number 5, plus plus.co.uk. So that's www.nutri5plus.co.uk. So I thought today we would move into Ustrasana, which is camel posture. So back bends, we tend to do these, more of them in the summer. The body's warmer and we have space, we can access more space. So a couple of things to consider. If you have shoulder issues and lower back issues, then you might like to take some supports when you do this posture. And I'll give you a couple of variations for that. Couple of postures to think about prior to, so to prepare you for Ustrasana camel would be Bhujangasana. So that's also on the One Posture Wednesday. And that would be, it's also referred to as cobra, and it would be lying down. And we bring the palms underneath the shoulders, chin or forehead to the earth. We're rolling the shoulders back, tailbone towards the heels. And as we inhale, prepare, we're pressing the palms down and almost thinking about drawing the heel of the hand back to the toes as we invite the heart to lift forwards and up. Just watch the back of the neck there. So that's Bhujangasana. And that's a really good starter for a preparatory posture for Ustrasana, camel. So let's get to it. So we're going to be kneeling for this posture. So for a lot of people, they might like a little bit more padding. I tend to suggest, if it's in a non-hot class, I would suggest perhaps bringing in a folded up blanket. And you can fold it as many times as you like. You might even roll it for additional support, and you would come up from here. So we're looking for the hips to be directly over the knees and the shoulders over the hips to begin. An alternative, if you're in a hot class, would be I like to take the hands to the long sides of the mat and roll it towards me. So I have a double layer. So then I can sit on that double layer. So again, the knees, they're hip distance apart. I'm just going to take that camera angle up a little just so that you can see me right at the top. There you go. So the knees are hip distance apart. The hips are over the knees, the shoulders are over the hips. And just before we go anywhere, just think about what's happening in the feet. So have a look behind you. Quite often the toes come in to point towards one another, a little bit pigeon-toed, and the ankles drop out. So we're going to invite the top of the feet down, all 10 toes and toenails pressing down, active, and almost it's as if there's an internal rotation of that outside ankle. So we're starting to draw in here. We're pressing down through, oh, I've got a little bit of cramp, forgive me. We're pressing down through the top of the shins, the top of the foot, the top of the ankle. 10 toenails are down, and we're not letting the outside ankle splay out. We're drawing the outside ankle in, yeah? And then really important to access knees, shins, feet, and top of the ankles, 10 toes. And then from here, we're inviting an activity in the thighs. So it's really important to think about the lift in the front body. So what we're doing is there's an external rotation of the inner thigh. So as this happens, you naturally want to compress the lower back. What we'd like to do is send the tailbone down and relax the glutes. Imagine that your hips are glued to a wall and they're not going to move from that wall. We're starting to think about lift and opening in the side ribs. So this part of the body starts to draw forwards and up. But before we go there, I like to open up the side body. And in doing this, I like to do a little diagonal work with the arms and shoulders. So I'm going to invite inhaling the right arm across and up and take it behind you to exhale it. And you might watch it around and down. And you can do this several times. Inhaling forwards and up on the diagonal, exhaling behind you and down. And once more, perhaps inhaling forwards and up and exhaling behind you and down. And you might plant the palms onto the lower back. So this is a great place if you have any shoulder issues. Again, I'll give you another variation in a moment. So we'll go to the left, opening the left side of the body, diagonally inhaling the left arm forwards and up and exhaling it behind you and around. And again, inhale it forwards and up and exhale it behind you, down and around. Last one, inhale it across the body up and exhale it behind you and down. And again, it finds the lower back. So what's happening with the shoulders here? So we're going to relax the shoulders, broaden the collarbones, and we imagine that the elbows start to come to touch. If this is too much for the shoulders, you might like an alternative and bring the palms to press in Anjali Mudra at the breastbone, the heart. So this posture is wonderful for assisting seating. If you've been sitting for a long time at a laptop, if we're very round shoulders, if we have kyphosis, so that's the curvature of the spine. So, and again, I like to work with the hands on the lower back because the fingers have got a really important job. So the fingers here are spread, and the fingers, I like to draw the fingers to press forwards a little. So the tailbone is pointing towards the front of your mat. Notice that the glutes will want to contract here. Keep them nice and relaxed. And then we're going to start to imagine we've got a hook in the heart and you're being lifted forwards and up. So we relax the shoulders, broaden the collarbones, imagine the elbows are coming to touch. And as you invite that press of the tailbone forwards and down, we invite the hook in the heart to lift us forwards and up. We keep relaxing the shoulders and we start to activate this openness, this space in the intercostal muscles between the ribs as we start to invite this part of the body to move forwards and up. Keep sending the tailbone forwards and down. So we're not compressing the lower lumbar area, which happens a lot for people. So if you have a lower back issue and you notice pinching here, it's quite common that you are compressing that area. So for you, I would have the hands on the lower back and spread the fingers and thumbs. Stay active through feet and toes, shins and knees. And just a very gentle point of the tailbone forwards and the lift of the breastbone is enough here. Yeah, it doesn't need to be a huge posture. Relax the shoulders. Keep sending the tailbone forwards. Don't let it flip up behind you. Let it go down between the knees and forwards towards the front roll line of the mat. For some people here, they like to let the head go. I would only recommend doing that if you don't have any issues with your head, headaches, potential stroke, have had a stroke. So when we wrinkle and crinkle the back of the neck, we don't want this. That again is a compression. If we're moving into, and generally I would say for people to keep the chin tucked and just raise the gaze in the line of where that hook in the heart is going. If you can take the head back, imagine you've got a ponytail and somebody is lifting you up and over something. So you have to keep the back of the neck long in order to do that. You're not just collapsing it so that you get wrinkles in it. So setting up, knees under hips, shoulders over hips. Spread the 10 toes, engage top of the feet, roll the outside ankle in, Press down through the knees and shin. Relax those glutes. Point that tail forwards. Relax the shoulders, broaden the collarbones, elbows to touch. Press the fingers and thumbs to invite the tailbone forwards and offer the hook in the heart forwards and up. So we get that lovely feeling of lift in the side chest. Keep the chin tucked. Unless you know you've got that awareness of that ponytail, inviting you to come long up and over something, not just letting it go. For some people, it's quite comfortable. For those of you that have pinching in the lower back or back issues, I wouldn't suggest this. But for some people, it's quite comfortable to take the hands lower below the glutes. And for others, it's even also comfortable to take the hands onto the hips. Notice the hips still stay over the knees. And you're really starting to open up through the side ribs. Hook in the heart stays forwards. Chin on the chest, or with the ponytail, keep lengths in the back of your neck. Breathing in and out for one, active in the toes and feet, internal rotation of the outside ankle, external rotation of that inner thigh. And then when you're ready, slowly making your way up, walking the hands up to support the lower back. Take a moment there, let the shoulders come over the hips, and then sit the seat towards the heels. You can have the hands in the lap anywhere that's comfortable, and I always invite just to honor the afterglow of the posture, the asana. You can do this 3 times, quite nice to take 3. You can go more and take 5 if you wish. A wonderful posture for opening the front chest. So really opening up, right up from the inner groin area, through pubic bone, into the abdominal area and the diaphragm, all the way up into the front chest, breastbone, sternum, heart, throat. So great for any hormonal imbalances, glandular, into the front of the face there, all the way up, out the top of the head. And wonderful posture for strengthening the back body. So stretching the front and opening, strengthening the back body. Okay. So some of us might like to counter pose after that, and child would be a wonderful way to do that. So I always invite sitting just after the posture. You can be cross-legged or kneeling. And then don't go directly to that counter pose. Take a moment to acknowledge the afterglow. And then you might come to child. And child also is on the One Posture Wednesdays. You can invite a little hand pillow with the fists to support the forehead, relax the shoulders. You can have knees and big toes touching. You can have knees nice and wide. So whatever works for you to release that back bend. You might have forehead to hands or a block. You might have seat or to heels, or with a cushion or a prop. And just let that back bend release. When you're ready, very slowly make your way, climb up your spine, head up on its axis. And that's Camel Ustrasana. So take it easy, go in stages, listen to your own body, let your breath guide you. And as always, do look back onto the other One Posture Wednesdays. You can access them via my YouTube channel, which is on my website, www.nutri5plus.co.uk. And if you go to that front page, scroll down to services and classes, click on that, it's white writing. It'll take you, if you scroll down, to my current schedule that's moving more into studios. There's a couple of studios that are offering live stream as well, so do look out for those. And click on Wednesday and there's a hyperlink, it says click here. If you go to that, and it will take you straight to my YouTube channel. There's a couple of videos on there from bits and bobs I've done whilst I've been away in various places and holidays, with other people willing to film for me. And there's also, if you can go to videos, all the One Posture Wednesdays you'll find right there. Thanks so much. Enjoy this wonderful warm day. Again, how lucky. Om Shanti. Namaste. Thanks for joining me.